How you doing, YouTube? Don't worry, I won't hit you again. How you doing, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Blunders.
All the way from Tokyo, Japan to Toronto, here's another episode of Blunder.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about our story of nationals. As you guys all saw, we did a Long Beach story, all of our things that happened. And we'd like to share what we saw, did, who we did, all at nationals. So let's start it off. It all started on Thursday night, Friday morning at around 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30ish. We started driving from the Great White North, where it's always snowing and polar bears hit you all the time, to the blistering heat of the United States.
Pretty sure it's the same temperature, Dan.
It is, but they don't know that.
Oh, they do now.
Well, we get to the border, and Devin pulls out the passports and gives it to the border guard. And the border guard goes, "Where are you guys headed?"
Oh, we're going to go play in the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
No, seriously.
We're going to go play in the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
And we eventually get to the event. Or what we thought was the event, because
We
Dan...
parked at the legal confinery center thing, and we paid for parking and went, uh-oh.
I put into the GPS and into the computer 400 South High Street, which apparently is a big legal center and stuff. And we got out of the car and went, "What the
So we
fuck?"
asked some weirdo guy with a sign who said, just read it. Just read it.
And it was like a 24-page writ.
So I read it, and Dan pretended to read it.
Yeah,
and
'cause
the
I
guy
can't
told us
read.
where to go, but then we didn't believe him, so we asked this cool guy waiting for the bus, and he's like, yeah, don't worry, it's just down the street. And I said, thanks. And
Well,
we
no,
walked to
actually
our
we
car.
said, "Can we walk?" And he's like, "No."
True
So
story.
yeah, we're glad we walked. So we get to the event and we just start hanging out. I played in my last chance qualifiers. I lost to wind-ups. Apparently a good deck that day, and Saturday and Sunday. And I also lost to gadgets with Shockmaster loop combo.
And Dan doesn't know how to beat Shockmasters, that's why he sucks.
Apparently.
And while that was happening, I got to meet WK Dad, and I played him, and that was fun. And lots of people watched our game, and that was fun. And he's a really cool guy, actually, which is nice.
We actually met quite a few YouTubers on the Friday.
We bumped into some guy called My Yu-Gi-Oh channel.
Yep, it was all ours.
He was very friendly and nice, which is nice because, again, I was worried that he'd be a jerk. But he wasn't, so that was nice.
We also ran into 87 Shonuff, which did an interview with us.
That guy is so damn tall, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
We also ran into Asian with hat.
He had no hat.
Yeah, it was bullshit. He had no hat, he had a bowl cut, and it was bull. He is a liar.
But he is damn tall.
He is super tall. He's taller than I am. And then we ran into MCO40,
And we
which...
said
Hi. And then
we
left.
walked away.
And then we ran into Slim, X Team Symmetry, and
The guy with the
Kiko,
hat.
and
Kiko 45, I think.
Mr. Vexicus.
Vexicus 466666666.
Yeah, nobody's made that joke before.
And we saw this guy named Senor Blanco. And we saw this guy named Spoofy29.
We also had a chance to meet Xander PS210, and I must say, don't worry about it. We have fixed his videos. He is going to make them super awesome. I'm pretty sure you should subscribe now until otherwise told.
Yes, because you'll laugh your butt off.
But
And the other guy we met named David, also known as Begin the Uprising. And let's just say, he didn't begin any uprisings, and we had a great time and chatted for a long, long time.
we did. And hi, Tabitha. Friday ended.
Oh, and Noel the Divine one. And we saw this guy named TYP336, and we saw...
So many people.
Yeah, he's right.
So Friday ended. We were supposed to go out for dinner with a whole bunch of YouTubers, and we said peace and dipped really quickly because it was raining like a mofo, and you guys all
Hurricane,
saw
and then all
some
the power
hurricane
went
and
out.
tornadoes, and the power went out.
Our power
and
wasn't out.
Yeah, I chose the most inexpensive hotel, which we were concerned
Not a
about.
hotel.
Oh, sorry, a motel, where the reviews read as follows.
Pimps are in the hallway. Don't show them money. Be careful of stabbings.
And there was
Service was nice though.
and there was fake fingernails apparently underneath things.
Brown stains on the floor that you didn't know what they were.
Yeah, and it was
Yet,
apparently
our
gross.
room wasn't that dirty or
It
gross.
was actually
so
pretty nice. They did need to vacuum a little, but it still was not that bad.
We digress.
So we find out that just down the street is a Giant Eagle. There's also just up the street is a sushi restaurant.
Oh god. We sat there for 25 minutes, and the guy who sat us down, which is I assume the owner, walks up to us and goes, "Have you guys ordered your drinks yet?" And we go, "Yeah." He's like, "They're not here yet?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "It'll be here soon." 10 minutes later, we get our drinks. And we debated leaving this entire time because everyone around us kept leaving. Dan said it reminded him of Kitchen Nightmares, where those restaurants are horrible.
Where you're like, oh, we're waiting for an hour. When is Chef Ramsay gonna serve me my crap?
Pretty much. So we waited a good 40-something minutes. I finally get my food. Dan gets a soup, which is really my soup in my opinion.
Yes, I got a soup.
And I yell at her and say, "You didn't get me soup." And she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
And she's like, I'm gonna bring you soup. And then I got a small bowl of salad. And you finish your food.
Yeah. And then his food comes and my soup comes. Way later. I shared some sushi with Dan and some tempura, which by the way, he liked the tempura.
Yeah, if you don't know what this stuff is, eat at a restaurant and ask for it. So we go home and we zonk out and it was done. It was done for the day. Saturday rolls around. We get there around 8 o'clock. We start hanging out with people. Of course, I scrubbed out, so I just started hanging out with just random people. Devin goes into the tournament.
Long story short, I scrub out of the tournament and I go hang out with Dan for a while.
So we start chilling out with just different YouTubers. We try and film some stuff, but it doesn't really work that well because Konami is really, really against us filming.
So we scrub out of the tournament. I hang out with WK Dad for a while. So does Dan. We hang out with Kiko25 and all
we
of
had
his
proper
friends.
Mexican tortilla or tacos.
Yes, I had a pulled pork taco.
That was sick.
It was sick.
Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, the closest we have to Mexican food up in Canada is Taco Bell, which I don't even think qualifies as food.
No, it doesn't. Now, so we dick around the whole day. We basically accomplish nothing. Gets later. We finally say, "Hey, let's go." Vexicus and Kiko25 and his little group of friends. We all go out. We invite
Slim, and
to
we
come with us.
invite Noel. Eventually, Slim shows up. Noel had unfortunately too much stuff to do, so he wasn't able to come. But it was still a great time.
Yes, while we were there, I got water spilled on me by some waiter. So my meal was reduced by $7 and something cents.
And we got charged 25% gratuity fee because we had like 3 people over the limit of max people before we charged you 25% because apparently it was hard to serve us.
It was, because they spilled water on me.
Sunday rolls around. We get up. We go to the event. We know we're not going to do anything. We know the fact that everything is going to be boring because nobody really goes to the Sunday event unless they actually top or have friends that top. And all the YugiTubers kind of dipped.
Or was it the greatest live duel ever on Sunday and that's why you would go?
That's why you go at 2 o'clock. I managed to get a whole bunch of signatures. I have an entire playset of Kaiba signature with Ghost Blue Eyes, an entire playset of Greg Abbey's Ghost Stardust signed, an obelisk, whole bunch of stuff. I'll show it later.
No, he won't. He already sold it on eBay.
Anyways, what else?
We say goodbye
Peace.
and we make our long road home.
Except for the fact that we actually stayed over on Sunday because it was Canada Day on Monday, and we just chilled in like the States forever. And then we drove home.
I miss the States.
We love you.
Don't make those binder blunders.